All right. Hello there, everyone. This episode, welcome back to the Road to 100. And we were here in the Ridge of Frozen Souls. And this day we will be investigating the Queen's Ribcage, not from the perspective of a Dark Gifter or utilizing Twilight, which is the blood code specific. But what we will be going for, as you can kind of see here, is that we are going to have the Blazing Claw, as that is a fire sword, and we will be able to use it to great effect here in the Ridge of Frozen Souls, obviously. Now there are a couple fellas who resist fire, and they are the kind of homely looking guy looking kind of lost. But all the ice monsters in here, and dogs and balls, they take damage to the fire weapon. So we will definitely be in the right way going about attacking those guys, especially when we get into the events with the Boreal Brutes. We will definitely be making really good use of fire. And you'll notice that we're running the Ivory Grace fortified, and the reason for that being is, well, it's obviously a little bit higher here than the intensified version. We get quick mobility for having the fortified, but also it has a very high dark gifting. At the same time, it has a very high light gifting. So simultaneously, both light and dark go very, very high. Why that's important is because Blood-Sucking Blades is a dark scaling gift, and whoops, this should be the it doesn't matter, either one is fine. But because it scales off of dark, we want to have as high dark as possible when we pop Blood-Sucking Blades. And the reason for that is if we change this to Hunting Feast. Hunting Feast is a 50% increase to your ichor drain rating on your weapon. So here we are 0.3. If we use Hunting Feast, we should be at 0.45 since it's a 50% increase, and there indeed it is at a 0.45. So, but that is only for the player themselves, so it doesn't apply to Eva, and it doesn't have any scaling properties. It's a straight up 50% increase. Now, if we look at Blood-Sucking Blades here, just solo, we see that we are now at 0.58 instead of 0.45, so it's almost a doubling. It's like a 97% increase because of our or our dark scaling off of the weapon. But then also, if we go ahead and pair up with Eva here, because Eva increases your light and dark values, it also increases the dark scaling. So therefore, we go up to a 0.93 on the drain rating. And if we go down in health below 50%, it will also increase our dark rating. And if we look here, we're now at 0.95, so we're getting pretty high here. And we're up to 2157 on dark, 2147 on light. And if we go ahead and use a drain activator, it will increase us 0.2 more. So we're at 1.37 from 0.95. And because it's a multiplier of 0.2 that scales with our dark rating as well, we get an extremely high rating here for our drain for our weapon, and that translates to 2.5 ichor per weapon strike. And as you saw in the cathedral, we were able to quick strike by moving, and in between each attack animation, you move forward and you swing one more time, and you can get considerable ichor back to be using all your other gifts. And since we want to be going for bridge and flame weapon through here most of the time, while we're coupled with Eva, we're going to need as much ichor back as we can. In the event that the Blazing Claw cannot keep up with the ichor requirements, we're going to be running the Lightning Brionac Devour, and I'll show you here how high of a scaling that goes, as it gets pretty out of hand. Okay. She's offering up the body again. That's good. Okay, and here we go. And now we're below half health. And we'll see what the Brionac gets us up to. 3.98 times 1.8. That's 3.98 times 1.8. So that's 7.2 ichor back on a strike from the Brionac. So it's a monster of a monster of an ichor scaler if you want it to be. So, and we don't even have Hunting Feast coupled with that as well, as we could put Hunting Feast in here in place of like Hasten or something like that. And oh wait, we are quick mobility, so oh well, let's go ahead and put Hasten anyways. There we go. Or we could put Mind and Willpower from Cognitive Zeal. So let's see where this gets us. I forgot that we are quick, so that's good. There we go, and let's go for this. Now we'll see, this will be a little bit higher than what I was anticipating, so this is good. We definitely want to have high ichor drain, so 1.85, that's extremely good. And the Brionic is at 5.76, so it's getting a little out of hand here with the Brionic, as it is just a bonker scaler for drain rating. So this is what we're going to be running, and we should have considerable damage as well out of simply these two gifts here as well, since our light rating is going to be extremely high. So that's how you want to run Bloodsucking Blades, is if you have a high dark rating. So let's go ahead and run up here. Yep, that's right. Okay, so here we go. Let's get everything going apart from Eva. Okay, and we'll need a little bit more ichor here. There we go, and one more. There we go. Okay, so now let's head on up. And 16,000 just like that. So we have a pretty good chance here to do some real damage whenever we need to. And you can see that the ichor regeneration on our weapon strikes are really good. So let's go for Eva, and let's get some more damage out here as Flame Weapon is about to end. Okay, good. Whoops. Good. And, oh. This fella killed us, because he... There we go. And this fella's gonna run on in here. Okay, Eva killed him. Let's go for Flame Weapon. So, as you can see, every time Eva revives us, we get back to just below half health here. So we are able to go for big damage every time. Let's go for a Flame Barrage. Oops. This fella's here. I didn't realize that he was awake. I thought our drain killed him, but apparently not, so that was a mistake. So you can see that we have extreme ichor regeneration here, and we're able to keep up with all of our demands regardless. Okay. Oh, good grief. Okay, let's get a launch. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Eva died from the gunshots across the river. Okay, so let's go ahead and heal up here and get her back. But as you can see, we have no ichor worries at all. We just have worries about keeping Eva alive. So let's go ahead and get our presence back. We've got 5 presents here. That's really good. Okay, so heading on up, let's get the soap. So you can see that it's a pretty good damaging set that we have going here, and we can use this to really good effect here coming up on the Boreal Brute. Now we are pretty squishy in the event that we need to do damage quickly without getting hit, but it doesn't really matter, because we can do gifts, we can do sword ratings, we can do all kinds of things. Let's go for another flame cartridge. Okay, he's gonna dance around. Okay, let's see if we can get a, nope. Okay, and he's dead already. So that's how you can take care of the Boreal Brutes very quickly and effectively. And see, we're right back up to 26 ichor. We're doing very well on ichor, and we can do light gifts there. There you go, see? And we have really good mobility, while we're coupled also with really, really extreme damage, just as long as we're keeping aware of what enemies are around us and so on and so forth. So this is a very effective way to just roll over the Ridge of Frozen Souls in the event that you don't have too many gifts in the game and such. Getting ichor regeneration is really, really valuable. In the event that you don't know how to get ichor back effectively and quickly as a light or dark caster, this is a great way to build that ichor drain. With some of your most favorite weapons, this can be a really great way to get all of these things going all at once. Okay, so we've got everything where we want it to be, so we'll just continue on. Okay. Actually, well, we don't have our items, but that's okay. Let's go ahead, we'll go for a couple backstabs here to raise our cap. And let's go for a couple of damaging attacks there, and you can see that we get plenty of ichor back quickly, but we don't need to get into that fourth animation swing of our weapon. We only need 3 strikes and you're out, essentially. So that's really, really good. Okay, good, and we'll go for Hunting Feast. And we got some dogs around the corner here. Now we don't have Bridge to Glory going, so we'll be simply getting ichor back from these fellas. So that was pretty good. And we'll just leave him be for now. I don't think we can hit him from here. Oh, we can. Okay. Good. Now we can't heal Eva here, so if she dies, it's a reset. Come here, buddy. Okay, good. He just decided to kill himself, which is always a fun time when that guy decides to jump off the edge. Okay, there we go. And as you can see, we have extreme damage against all these enemies, and it's a really good way to go about getting quick damage and heavy damage, as that was only 3 strikes. I mean, we can just absolutely roll over these enemies, and it's due to the effect of the Blazing Claw. Whoops, I ran right into the backside of that swing, but we can do 7,000 damage to him in 1 gift, which is really great. And since gift extension extends ephemeral refrain a very long time, coupled with our requirement needs here for ichor drain, we have really, really good gifts all around. Oop. There's a dog. Always get the doggos before they get you. Okay, and let's go for Flame Weapon, Blood-Sucking Blades. Now we don't have Ephemeral Refrain active, so this will be a little bit tough here, as that is a big part of our damage. So let's go ahead and hit him from here, and let's see what he's going to do. There we go, got rid of his armor. Okay, now Eva might die here, so this is pretty bad. Let's get a backstab and reset him. There we go. Okay, and let's go for good damage here. There we go. Okay, good. And 32,000 just like that on one of the most annoying, difficult guys in the game. And we can do, and that was without Ephemeral Refrain active, so we could have gotten a lot more damage if we needed to, in the event that we had to go for more damage later on. But the Blazing Claw is no joke, especially in this part of the game. As you can see, it definitely takes care of itself. It can handle itself in the most adverse scenarios, and when you're coupled correctly for light and dark to get ichor regeneration back, it can do really, really good damage. Okay, so let's go ahead and head on in here. I guess we don't need any of our items here, which is good. And we'll pick this up. And a regen inducer, that's good. Now the Nicola fight should be pretty effective, as we have a lot of flame damage, a lot of fire damage, but we definitely won't have a lot of staying power, so anytime we get hit, it will definitely, most definitely be a one-shot, and that will be a real problem for us. So we got to get a lot of backstabs here to make sure that we have enough ichor to get into the fight with Nicola, and not have any problems here going for our gifts. Okay, well, he's dead anyway, so... Okay, so we only got 2 backstabs there, but that'll be enough to get us over 30. Hello, Silene. We will be saving you in the next one. Many apologies, and I look forward to the future. So, take care, Silene. Okay, so let's go for this, and this, and this, and we'll go ahead and heal one. This, and we'll heal another, and we'll go ahead and get our ichor back here. and we'll go for ephemeral refrain. Now, since we don't need more ichor back, we'll go ahead and switch to modest offering so we can heal Eva in the event that she dies. Now this costs 4 ichor to heal Eva, so we got to keep an eye on our ichor drain, which is why we need both Hunting Feast and Blood-Sucking Blades active all at one time, simply because we need to have enough ichor to be able to cast okay. Whoops. Okay. And we're not doing too well here, but that's okay. Let's get some more damage. Whoops, okay. Here he goes. He's gonna do his explosion. Good. We got him staggered. Okay. Okay, and his ice swing. Okay. Oh, what a cool ending. What a cool ending. GG, Nicola. That was a very good ending bash there where we both killed each other at the same time. So we didn't have to worry about Eva being revived or anything, so that was a very quick and simple fight. As you can see, it was a 1-2-3 strike with the Blazing Claw, as that brought us, let's see, 2, 4, 6, about 6 ichor every time, and the Mia woke up, buddy. She's all in good hands, and you will be too next run. But we brought in about 6 ichor, and Flame Barrage costs 6 ichor when paired with Ephemeral Refrain. So we had exactly enough ichor regenning as we were spending, so it was basically everything was for free there. So that worked out pretty well. And this is how you can use the ribcage as an adventuring into a bossing build, rather than relying on Twilight, as that is the unique, but it is a lightning pierce, and we needed to do fire pierce for Nicola, and that's where light value can be very, very beneficial. But since we paired light and dark, I mean, it was mainly focused on the light damage out of the Blazing Claw with Bridge to Glory active, but it was very, very good to be able to have dark values active as well. Now, it's important that you think about that when you're going up to pair up a build and build things, is to, when you place gifts on your character, it's good to make sure that you know exactly how they pair, how they scale, in order to be able to do them effectively. Because if I had no idea that Blood-Sucking Blades was a dark scaling item, then I would have gone for the Noble Silver Intensified or Fortified, and I would probably Intensified, and I would have been Quick Mobility, and I would have been able to have a much higher light value, but I would not have had an ability to get a lot of ichor back, as the majority of our ichor regeneration was from Blood-Sucking Blades, as that was almost a doubling of our scaling value there on drain rating. But at the same time we were able to get very high dark rating out of the Ivory Grace here, which in turn gives us a great ichor regeneration on the weapon, so we can always have enough ichor coming in as we're spending it. Okay, looks like we're going to be needing some more items here. Okay, and next we are off to the Ashen Underground, and let's see here. What were we going to be running for the Ashen Underground? Okay, and so yeah, that's a little bit about the Ridge of Frozen Souls. I guess we can chat a bit more as we head on over to the I didn't ever notice this picture here on the wall. Lucum Sequimer. Interesting. As we head on back to the Ashen Underground, Eo's going to talk to us because we never talked to her to get Eos. Io's going to ask us, do we know anything about Leda, and if we have a minute. So this is the cutscene again, if you remember, that if you leave here immediately, she asks you. And this is the only way you see this cutscene, is if you leave before you talk to Io from the cathedral, and you don't talk to her about Leda. So here she talks to you about Leda. Let's drink some water. So if you're interested in the hidden cutscenes and the unique cutscenes, this is definitely one of them. And there's a couple more different dialogues and things that you can get. We'll be investigating those in the next playthrough, as that will be the 100% run, because it's a star times 10, so it'll be 30 star. And here's our favorite friend, and she is very generous here to us, so let's see what she has to say. Oh yes, very good.
I've heard stories about you. You found blood beads in springs and reported them to the provisional government. It seems many shelters have been saved because of those reports. You really care about others, don't you? I'm fortunate to have met revenants such as you.
And I'm fortunate to have met a human like you. There, we'll give her a nice glow, put some wings on her. Yeah. She's amazing. Okay, so as we head back to the Ashen Underground here, we will be investigating light gifting in the Ashen Underground. Now, the reason this is kind of interesting is that since light gifting only has, let's see, 4 spikes, 4 barrages, you have Thunderbolt Impact, it's 9, you have Frost Wave 10, you have Cloak of Winter 11, you have Bloody Impact 12, and I believe that's it. You have about 12 gifts to choose from, and in the Fire department you only have 2, and in the Lightning department you have 3, and in the Blood department you have 3, only 2 of which are actually damaging, these 2, and Bloody Impact does not do damage, but it is a knockdown weapon, and these 3 here. So you don't have a whole lot of options in the light department. So if you're a light engineer, this kind of setup for running light, you have really limited abilities here. So which is really unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. So when you're running light gifting, that's where the weapons actually give you the variety, is that you can choose different weapons to run with Bridge to Glory, and different high mind and light scaling in order to get really high damage out of your weapons. But if you're going for active light gifting, I mean, you have these 4 options, and you have these couple of options here. So I mean, it's really shallow of a gift pool here for light casters, but light gifting is the most complicated because it's associated with Bridge to Glory, and because Bridge to Glory is a pretty complicated setup and everything for understanding how that all pairs, and which is why we've been running it here for a while, so we get a good feeling of it, we get a good understanding of how to use it and what weapons really do benefit off of it and everything. But light gifting is a lot of fun, and but it's pretty difficult to be a good light gifter, as you have really limited options here. But this is how you can go about light gifting in a pretty aggressive way with the Blazing Claw. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and thank you for sticking around, and we'll see you in episode 92 later on.